Hello again, punters, and welcome back to another episode of the Snapshot. I'm Ryan Cook. Rocky, you're back for another week, mate. I'm going to dive into some Premiership betting because we haven't spoken about the Premiership market for a little while. So let's start with the top of the order. The Lions, the Giants, and the Pies all at $6.50. Can you believe that we're getting the same price for those three teams?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's an open race now, isn't it? With the weekend that we had, we've seen Collingwood get hold of Brisbane on Thursday night, which I don't think was that unexpected. Brisbane 5-day break, landed back at midnight, I think, on the Saturday night, Sunday morning. So always thought Collingwood were a chance. I think the Giants are still right there. So I think it's as open at this point of this year as we could. I don't think Gold Coast can win it. So, I mean, they were the other undefeated team in the competition. So I think that's probably about right at this point in time.
Where do you stand with the Cats? Because you can get $9 for Geelong, and they looked pretty impressive on Easter Monday. A narrow win against Hawthorn, but they held on the whole way. They're definitely a premiership contender, no doubt. Are you firmly all in on them, or do you still have some question marks?
Yeah, I think so. You have to be. I made the rookie error a couple of years ago of putting a line through them.
Yeah.
Putting a line through them, giving them no chance, and they came out and belted Sydney in that grand final. I think you can never count them out, and I think the masterstroke of it could potentially be Paddy Dangerfield. He probably can't have the impact what he used to have through the midfield. Probably could if he played the whole game there, but he's going to get another longevity playing out of the goal square, and he's such a tough matchup. And then you've got Cameron down in that front half. Bailey Smith is like he's gone through the midfield and makes them a different team through there. So they just continue to front up week in, week out and get the job done. So I don't think you can count them out. I think they're good value. The Hawks is the other one. Are they good enough? They're probably maybe another 12 months off it. I think their best foot is good enough. But unfortunately, they've been found out the last couple of weeks. Port Adelaide may have exposed a few holes still in their game, but such a long way to go. I think there's still 4 or 5 teams that can win it.
You still had the Hawks out of the 8 at the start of the year. You're still standing firm with that?
I think I had Collingwood out as well. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm no expert.
Good thing we're not a tipping show.
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, I think the Hawks will play finals, but again, that race for the bottom 3 spots of the 8, say, I think you got 5 that you could probably put away and say they're going to play finals. The bottom 3 is wide open. Fremantle don't want it.
The Dogs,
do they want it? I mean, Essendon, I don't think. The Crows, we've seen them come back to the field. It's open. It's open.
Let's get into the Brownlow. Nick Dacos, $3.75, speaks for itself. Matty Rowell holding pretty firm at $7. Then you get into Caleb Sarong, Jordan Dawson territory. They're both $21. The name we spoke about on the AFL pod is Bailey Smith, who had 28 touches against the Hawks on Easter Monday, probably the best player on the ground. This is the best footy he's played probably ever, and we know he's had some injury concerns. Do you think he's a smoky in this market, or is it just a bit of an overreaction?
No, I think so. I think it's probably real. I think Dacos is going to get a heavy tag most weeks, so he's still good enough to find it 30-plus times, so he's still going to attract the attention of the umpires. He'll be hard to run down, I would have thought. We've seen the stupid 48 votes or whatever they continue to get these days. But Bailey Smith, his ability to influence a game, as long as he doesn't do anything silly, which he almost did on the weekend.
He's got the mongrel in him at the moment, doesn't he?
Well, it'd be interesting to see what the wash-up is. I mean, we're recording Tuesday morning. The match review hasn't come out yet. Whether he gets a week for the impy, because it's high contact, intentional, it's normally a week, whether he gets that or not. Because I don't think we've ever seen someone throw a footy into someone's head.
Manual Falcon, it was being called online, which I quite liked.
But he can, if Geelong continue to win, Dangerfield's playing in the front half. I mean, they've got some guys that can take votes off him, but he's going to be the number 1 man through the midfield. So if he's continues to play the way he is, there's no reason he can't win the Brownlow.
He's sort of embraced that villain role since he's gone to Geelong, hasn't he? It's great to see. Let's look ahead to Friday, Anzac Day, always one of probably the biggest day outside of the grand final on the AFL calendar. Collingwood and Essendon played to an 85-85 draw this time last year. And we saw what the Pies did against Brisbane way back on Thursday, dominated the inside 50 entries. Do you think the Bombers have enough up forward to compete with Collingwood here?
It's an interesting one. Where do they go? Peter Wright, when he's going, he's
going last week.
Yeah, he's a hard matchup. So does Darcy Moore get that and get it done? I think it'll be a ripping contest. They always are. Both teams get up for it. I think if you're having a little flutter on the Anzac Day medal, probably Merritt for Essendon or Dacos. I think they're the two obvious choices. I would imagine they'll be pretty short in the market, but they're the two that will influence which team wins. I think Merritt, when he's going, we've seen what he's been able to do this year. I think he had a 30+ and 4 goal in a loss against the Crows. Probably gets 3 votes in that one as well. Yeah. So he's do they have the weapons in that front half? Not convinced. I'm not sold on Essendon. I mean, West Coast and you're falling over the line over there. I know it's a tough road trip still playing over there, but you lean towards Collingwood getting it done.
Yeah, no, it's the line is well and truly in Collingwood's favour, and not surprisingly. That brings us to our multi. Last week, not so good. Only 1 leg out of 4, I should say.
We've fallen off, haven't we? We got a bit ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we're out of form. You took the Saints to win versus the Dogs. You took the Suns to cover against Richmond. I had the Giants to win, which is atrocious. And the only leg that got up was the try bet, either team 24.5 or less in the Easter Monday clash.
Smart betting from you, that one.
Yeah, someone had to do it. This week, we're all in on the line. So we've got 4 legs on the line. I'll let you provide me with your best 2.
Well, I like the Hawks. I'm a bit nervous about it being at Marvel Stadium. I would have liked it to be at the MCG. I think they would have blown West Coast away there, but I think the line's about 10 goals or give or take. 58.5. So I think they'll get the job done. And then what was the other one? I took the
Gold Coast
Suns against the Swans. I think they'll bounce back. Sydney were really good on the weekend, and seeing them live, they lack the polish inside 50. I think the Suns on their home deck are a different matchup, and I think they'll win by more than 2 goals.
Speaking of 2 goals, the Brisbane Lions are only favoured by that margin against St Kilda, which I don't really get it. Maybe this is a trap game and we're about to fall into it. I don't know, but
it feels like it because that probably value of the weekend.
I would say so. And the Lions are on that short backup on Easter Thursday, so I'm going to forgive that. And then the other leg I've thrown in is Port Adelaide to cover against North Melbourne, 36.5 points.
Oh.
North cannot defend. Like, their back line is just absolutely
That's good
awful
value too.
Yeah, so I like this multi. This might be one of the best ones we put together. So we've got Lions to cover, Port to cover, Suns to cover, Hawks to cover, 13.03 on the Neds app. You can find that one.
That's a bit of juice for the Anzac Day weekend.
Let's hope we get up, Rocky. Thank you again.
Bit of 2 up.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website